US President Donald Trump has made some bold claims on nuclear tests. President Trump claimed that Russia and China have been secretly testing nuclear weapons underground. He made this statement while defending his own decision to resume nuclear testing. He argued that America cannot be the only power showing restraint. In an interview with OBS's 60 Minutes, he said,
"You don't necessarily know where they're testing. They test way underground where people don't know exactly what's happening with the test."
Further explaining why he ordered the US to conduct its own nuclear tests, he said,
"Well, we have more nuclear weapons than any other country. Russia's second, China's a very distant third, but they'll be even in 5 years. You know, they're making them rapidly, and I think we should do something about denuclearization, which is going to be some, and I did actually discuss that with both President Putin and President Xi. Denuclearization's a very big thing. We have enough nuclear weapons to blow up the world 150 times. Russia has a lot of nuclear weapons, and China will have a lot."
Not only in this interview, previously as well, Trump wrote in a post on his Truth Social platform,
"Because of other countries' testing programs, I have instructed the Department of War to start testing our nuclear weapons on an equal basis."
Now, these remarks by President Trump have left everyone stunned as he refuses to clarify if he means that whether America would be carrying out actual underground nuclear tests, which were common during the Cold War. Many are now also left wondering if Trump's claims are accurate. Have Pakistan, China, and Russia secretly conducted nuclear tests? Moreover, can these nuclear tests be done without anyone noticing? Let's take a dive at this in this episode of News Watch. When President Trump was pressed more on why the nuclear tests were required, he said,
"Because you have to see how they work. You know, you do have to, and the reason I'm saying testing is because Russia announced that they were going to be doing a test. If you notice, North Korea's testing constantly. Other countries are testing. We're the only country that doesn't test, and I don't want to be the only country that doesn't test. Russia's testing, and China's testing, but they don't talk about it. You know, we're an open society. We're different. We talk about it. We have to talk about it, because otherwise you people are going to report. They don't have reporters that are going to be writing about it. We do. No, we're going to test, because they test, and others test. And certainly North Korea's been testing. Pakistan's been testing."
There have been no concrete evidence to prove that any country has carried out a nuclear weapons test since the 1990s other than North Korea. In fact, there's actually a global monitoring system that keeps a close watch for any nuclear test. It's called the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization, or CTBTO. Based in Vienna, this agency operates what's known as the International Monitoring System, or IMS, which can detect even the tiniest sign of a nuclear explosion. The system uses different kinds of sensors: air testing stations that pick up trace amounts of radioactive material, underwater listening posts that can hear blasts beneath the sea, infrasound detectors that capture low-frequency booms in the air, and seismometers that record underground tremors. And here's the interesting part. Since the treaty was signed back in 1996, there have only been 10 nuclear tests. India and Pakistan carried out 2 each in 1998, while North Korea has tested 6 times in 2006, 2009, 2013, twice in 2016, and again in 2017. China has rejected the US president's claim that it is secretly conducting nuclear weapon tests. Responding to Trump's remarks made during a CBS interview, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said,
"As a permanent member of the UN Security Council and a nuclear weapon state, China adheres to a policy of no first use of nuclear weapons, maintains a self-defensive nuclear strategy, and has honored its commitment to suspend nuclear testing."
China also said that it supports the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty and called on the United States to abide by its own obligations under the same treaty.
We hope the United States will also maintain its moratorium on nuclear testing and contribute to global stability.
Talking about Trump ordering nuclear tests, United States Energy Secretary Chris Wright said that planned nuclear tests will be non-critical and will not feature any nuclear explosion for now. Wright explained that for now, only the components of nuclear weapons will be tested to ensure they work properly and can trigger a nuclear explosion. He said these tests will be conducted on new systems to ensure that replacement nuclear weapons are improvements on earlier models.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.